Welcome to the 2020 at NFL on Fox award show presented by Verizon. My name is Mark Titus. Her name is Charlotte Wilder. We host the People's Sports Podcast, and we are all dressed up, Charlotte, for good reason. We are handing out awards. We have special guests that are going to be joining us to help us do this, but they're not just any awards. These are awards that were voted on by you, the fans, via the at NFL on Fox Twitter account. I am excited for this, Charlotte. Is it fair to say that you are too?
Oh, I am so thrilled, Mark. This is for the people, by the people, exactly what we're all about. It was very exciting to have a reason to dress up, even if I'm only sitting in my house. But we're going to kick things off. And the first award we're going to give out is Offensive Rookie of the Year. There are some amazing nominees. We've got Justin Herbert, who had 31 touchdowns and set a rookie passing record. Amazing year at the Chargers. We've got Justin Jefferson, who has the most receiving yards for a rookie in the Super Bowl era. Kind of amazing. Tua Tagovailoa led the Dolphins to 2 game-winning drives in 10 games that he played. We have James Robinson with over 1,000 yards rushing. Now, to present this award, we are going to go to Greg Jennings.
The NFL on Fox fans have voted, and this year's Offensive Rookie of the Year is... Here we go. Justin Herbert of the Los Angeles Chargers. This young man has been great all year for his team. He set the NFL rookie touchdown passing record, and the future is extremely bright. Congratulations.
Thank you, Greg, and thank you, fans, for this recognition. It's fitting that Greg is presenting this award because a quarterback is only as good as the guys around him, and Greg was very, very good. To be completely honest, though, I don't believe this to be an individual award. I don't think I'm sitting here accepting this award without the running backs, tight ends, receivers, the offensive linemen who don't get nearly enough credit. Thank you to those guys who have been there all year, putting in the work day in and day out. It's been an honor to play alongside you guys. It's really been a dream come true to play for the Chargers in the NFL, and I think what we've shown here at the end of the season, the future is very bright in LA. Just wanted to reach out, say thank you again, and bolt up.
Not exactly a surprise, Charlotte. I think the moment that Joe Burrow had the season-ending knee injury with the Bengals, this became Justin Herbert's award to lose, and ultimately he did not lose it. He won the award, so there you go.
He sure did, and he is such a gracious guy. Did you hear that speech? Oh my God! Yeah, one thing I know that you were pretty obsessed with his haircut. Who do you think gave that to him?
Well, yeah, I mean, he thanked every single person in the Chargers organization, it felt like, but he did not thank the strength coach who gave him the haircut just out of the blue. That is the thing that will stick with me from Justin Herbert's season this year, is that he had the great flow, and then suddenly one day he was like, "Yeah, the strength coach cut my hair," and I was like, "What? Why, Justin?"
He went right to the buzz cut, which.
But great year, well deserved. I think he was the obvious choice, and the fans got it right out of the gate, Charlotte. I'm happy to see that. Now let's move on to the other side of the football. We are going to talk about the defensive rookies of the year. Here are the nominees for that. We have Patrick Queen of the Baltimore Ravens. He had over 100 tackles this year, Charlotte. That's a lot for those of you who aren't stat heads. Chase Young, the Washington football team. He's a 2020 Pro Bowler. Hard to do as a rookie. 4 forced fumbles. Led the football team to a division win. Jeremy Chin of the Panthers. 2 fumbles returned for a touchdown. And Antoine Winfield Jr. of the Buccaneers. 94 total tackles on the season. To give out this award, we are going to a man who knows a thing or two about the award, Jonathan Vilma.
Hey, this is Jonathan Vilma, former Defensive Rookie of the Year. So proud to announce this year's Defensive Rookie of the Year. The NFL fans on Fox voted. And this year, the Defensive Rookie of the Year is Chase Young. Congratulations, my man. You have earned it. Done a tremendous job being physical at the line of scrimmage, and the energy he brings to that team. Chase Young, you deserve it. NFL Fox fans, Defensive Rookie of the Year.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Are you surprised, Mark? This guy's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm a Buckeye myself. I watched Chase Young throughout his collegiate career. By the time he left Ohio State, he's one of the most dominant football players I've ever seen at the collegiate level. Now, sometimes, Charlotte, these guys, they go to the NFL and they don't have as much success because they were so successful in college just because they were so much bigger and stronger than everybody. That's not the case with Chase Young. He seems to have figured it out very quickly, and he's going to have a very, very good pro career. I'm happy to see that.
Oh yeah, I think he's going to be just fine. And he is facing the Bucks in the playoffs. And he said that he was excited to go up against Tom Brady. And Bruce Arians, the Bucks coach, was like, "Are you sure?" And as a hurt Pats fan, I'm just eager to see what happens here. And Chase Young had his mom FaceTime into a press conference. So if they have to be virtual, at least we get his mom in there too.
You're a hurt Pats fan, but you're definitely not a bitter Pats fan, are you?
No, me? No. Very, very happy over here.
Here we go.
Alex Smith, 693 days later, here he is coming back on an NFL football field.
And he said, it means so much more for my kids when they see me do things instead of talking about doing things. You just got to keep fighting and just keep standing back up. He gets to show that. It's above words, it's his actions, and that was his driving force, really, through this whole process.
The NFL fans voted, and the comeback player of the year is Alex Smith. Alex Smith, very resilient, very deserving of this award. One of my good friends and one of the smartest quarterbacks that I've ever been around. And having a chance to play for the postseason after being in and out of the lineup all season says a lot about Alex Smith. He fought hard, and we have a lot of respect for him. Congrats, Al.
Hey, this is Alex Smith, and I just want to say thank you to all the fans out there who voted for me for being Comeback Player of the Year. Thank you.
Charlotte, no other nominees needed. I think the moment Alex Smith took a snap on an NFL football field, he had this award locked up, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, no question. Anytime you can go from an injury like that, which was life-threatening. I mean, he had an unbelievable comeback, but then he's playing football again, and you're like, I'm sorry, how is this possible? And I just want to say, any Steelers fan out there who's like, oh, but Big Ben deserved a shot. It's like, no, it was always Alex Smith.
Charlotte, he wasn't just playing football. I mean, he wasn't at an MVP level, obviously, but his team won the division. It's unbelievable. What a story. And of course, his wife had his leg brace turned into a trophy. Awesome story this year from Alex Smith. Moving on, though, our next award we are going to be giving out is the Game of the Year in the NFL season this year. And the nominees include the Falcons-Cowboys. You got to go all the way back to week 2 for this one, Charlotte. This was the game that, if we're putting a nice little bullet point in this one, it is the Cowboys recover the onside kick, steal a win at the end with the field goal over the Falcons. We also have the Week 7 game between the Seahawks and Cardinals, a.k.a. the game that DK Metcalf blew all of our minds with the chase down tackle to save a touchdown, Charlotte. There's Bills-Cardinals Week 10, the DeAndre Hopkins catch, a.k.a. Hail Murray. Certainly the catch of the year for me. And the Ravens-Browns in Week 14, which was, how do we say, the Lamar Jackson goes to the locker room, and the Lamar Jackson mystery. We'll just put it in those terms. Those are your nominees. And to present the winner, Tony Gonzalez.
All right, and the fans have voted for this year's Game of the Year, and it goes to the Browns-Ravens game, which I absolutely agree. This game had drama from beginning to end, especially the way it ended. Lamar Jackson goes to the locker room for whatever reasons, who knows, but comes back out on the field to come in and throw a touchdown and go on and win the game. One of the most exciting games I've ever seen.
I think, Charlotte, this game was awesome in the sense that Lamar Jackson gave us the stuff to talk about. Was it a Paul Pierce situation? Was it not? He says it's not. But it was also just a great football game. Those two teams that are division rivals. At the time, it felt like a must-win game. Ultimately, I guess that wasn't the case because the Browns lost and they still made the playoffs. But if there was anything that you wanted out of a football game, this game had it.
It really was amazing. You're watching this game, and it was a shootout between these two promising young QBs, and the Browns are looking good for the first time in, however many decades. And then all sports fans on the internet are talking about what Lamar Jackson was doing in the locker room / maybe bathroom. You and I had a field day on it on our podcast, the People Sports Podcast. And I just want to say, this is what I love about sports and sports fans, is that you can have the most beautiful game of the year, and we will find the lowest common denominator.
And we're still debating whether Lamar Jackson had cramps. How perfect was it that this game happened against the Browns? How perfect
They
was
went
it
for
that
2.
They went for 2 in the end. And the one thing we didn't mention is there were gambling implications at the very end. So even if you're someone that doesn't necessarily love football, you just love throwing a little action on these games. They had that too. This game had it all. I love that this ended up being the winner. I think the fans got this one right, Charlotte.
I do too. Yeah. And there was a spectacularly bad beat at the end of that just tied it all off with a bow. Now, Mark, we have an award that you and I get to give out, which I'm very excited for. What was your best celebration of the year?
My celebration of the year, it was a no-brainer for me. It was Aaron Rodgers versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when he made the Key and Peele reference with the double pumps. We all know that 3 pumps is a flag. Key and Peele taught us that. He does 2. Is he going 3? Nope. He's too classy for that, Charlotte. A couple notes about this. Number one, the touchdown ended up not standing, which makes it kind of funny to me. Also, the Packers were up 10-0 in this game, and everything was flowing well for the Packers. They end up giving up a 38-0 run. The Buccaneers blow them out in this game, which makes it kind of funny as well.
You hate to see it, Mark. You hate to see it.
But I just love it because in this league where guys who are starting quarterbacks there's so much pressure. It's the hardest position in all of sports to play. And Aaron Rodgers is so good at it that he's like, I'm going to have some fun and make Key and Peele references. That's got to be so frustrating if you're like you're a quarterback who's not that good and you're just trying to make a roster, and you see a guy like Aaron Rodgers who is so casual.
Not only does he do that, but he has a self-awareness not to do the 3 pumps. Like he stops it too.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So that was the obvious pick for me.
I think that's incredible. My pick is a little more PG. It's when AJ Brown scored a touchdown and then leapt to hug the base of the uprights, the field goal pole. We need a better name for this. We need a better technical name for this. But he just held on tight, and it reminded me of like when you're a kid and like your mom or dad comes home from work and you're just like, you're back, and you can sort of latch on. I just loved it. I thought it was very sweet.
This is your version of the golden retrievers welcoming people home, like all those videos that get passed around.
Says a lot about me, about my enthusiasm levels, probably.
This was the old Antonio Brown move, right? Like Antonio Brown used to do this a lot.
Yeah, but let's let AJ have it.
I don't know what the name would be though. Like it kind of reminds me of like someone trying to slide down a fire pole, but he doesn't.
It's the bear hug, Mark.
Yeah, it is a bear hug. You're right. But I like it. Great pick, Charlotte. Great pick.
Donald once again, the disruptor. Strip sack for him.
The nominations for Defensive Player of the Year, Charlotte, include Aaron Donald, a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year winner, a guy who seems like he's going to be nominated for this award. As long as he's playing football, you can pencil in Aaron Donald as a nominee for Defensive Player of the Year. We have TJ Watt, the 2020 regular season sack leader for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Myles Garrett, who had 12 sacks on the season, helped the Browns make the playoffs for the first time in I don't even know how long. We don't have a way to calculate such a thing. And Xavier Howard, who tied a franchise record with 10 interceptions on the season for the Miami Dolphins. And here to announce the winner of the Defensive Player of the Year is a Hall of Fame linebacker from – wait, this is Charlotte Wilder? Wait, what?
What? I played quarterback. I played quarterback. I wasn't a linebacker.
You're reading the winner?
Yeah, I sure am, Mark. And this is a real bucket list item for me because I have 3 goals, to be a graduation speaker, to be an officiant of a wedding, and to read an award. So here we go. Defensive Player of the Year. Are you ready?
Let's do it. Don't screw this up. If you read the wrong name, you'll never live it down for the rest of your life. So
I'm going to read the right name. And that name is T.J. Watt.
Wow. A little bit of a surprise, I'd say. I think that Aaron Donald for most of the season probably was the favorite, right? But TJ Watt, 2 sacks against the Colts late in the year, ends up winning the as I said during doing the nominees of the 2020 regular season sack leader. So, Pittsburgh had one of the best defenses in all of football this year. And if you're picking one guy to point to and say, here's a big reason why we're so good defensively, TJ Watt's the guy, right?
Totally. I mean, I was a little surprised too, because you hear Defensive Player of the Year and you just think Aaron Donald, but then TJ Watt has been quietly racking up unbelievable stats and just crushing it for Pittsburgh. Check this out. TJ Watt is the 3rd NFL player in 15 years to get the Triple Crown in sacks, tackles for losses, and QB hits. He joins Aaron Donald and, get this, JJ Watt, who might now be known as the other Watt. I don't know.
Can you believe that? Can you imagine just the Watt family growing up, like the backyard football games on Thanksgiving Day? Man, to be one of the Watt brothers' cousins and just have the Watt brothers just
Oh my
like
God. If
breaking
you're a
you in
Watt
half
brother
during-
cousin, you ended up in the hospital every Thanksgiving for sure.
Absolutely. Up next, Charlotte, what do we got?
We have, Mark, I'm so glad you asked because I'm obsessed with this award. I'm not totally sure why. It is Coach of the Year. And we have some amazing nominees. This year, we've got Mike Tomlin, who led the Steelers to another AFC North title and went undefeated for a very long time before it kind of fell apart, but we'll skip that part. We got Brian Flores, who with the Dolphins has just led this team on the most dramatic turnaround during his tenure there. Then there's Kevin Stefanski, who not only has his initials on his mask, but he and his team have ended what was the NFL's longest active playoff drought for the Browns. Brings me to Sean McDermott. Speaking of droughts, the Bills won the AFC East for the first time since 1995. So, to announce this award, Coach Wanstead.
The NFL fans have voted Coach of the Year, Sean McDermott. Great choice. I'll tell you why. First division title for the Buffalo Bills in 25 years. And when you look at what he's done with this football team, primarily Josh Allen, the quarterback, who's playing at MVP level, this team has gotten better all along, and they are playoff ready.
This, to me, Charlotte, says more about the strength of the numbers in Bills Mafia than anything else. Now, Sean McDermott obviously had a great year. He toppled the Death Star that is the New England Patriots, your beloved New England Patriots, who had won God knows how many division titles in a row. But I have a feeling that this is just this award speaks to just how massive and how enthusiastic Bills Mafia is, right?
Oh yeah, Bills Mafia showed up for this. They were like, we've been waiting for this day since 1995. And Sean McDermott said in 2017 that one of his goals for this team was to host a home playoff game. And here they are. And Bills Mafia, they just show up, you know, like they voted, they put that billboard up near Foxborough, near Gillette, which, you know, just broke my, I mean, the Pats did win 467 of these titles straight. So, but it's really just a testament to what this fan base can do.
It's your whole life to be right here. Every play counts. Let's play our football. Let's go.
Super wild card weekend should be a fun one, Charlotte. We got 2 triple headers, including the Rams versus Seahawks at 4 Eastern on Fox with who else on the call but our colleagues. I can't believe I'm saying that. Joe Buck and the Hall of Famer Troy Aikman. Speaking of Troy, by the way, who is going to present our final award of the night. But first, Charlotte, you're going to read the nominees, correct?
I sure am. I'm gonna take it, and then Troy's gonna bring us home. But we've got some amazing nominees for MVP this year. First up, Aaron Rodgers. You all know who he is. He's a Super Bowl winner, 2-time MVP, just quietly amazing this year. We got Patrick Mahomes, the youngest GOAT. Mark, can we say he's a GOAT already? I don't know.
Let's do it.
He's a $500 million man, 2018 MVP. We got Derrick Henry, my personal favorite, most recent member of the 2,000 Yards Club, and I think a running back needs MVP this year, but we'll see what the fans say. Then there is Josh Allen, the savior of Buffalo, the man who has taken the Bills to heights they have not reached in thousands of years. Now let's go to Troy. Take it away.
Well, the NFL on Fox fans voted, and this year's MVP is Aaron Rodgers, the Green Bay Packers. And what a year it was for Aaron Rodgers, and he was my league MVP vote as well. When you consider all of the injuries that they had and the different players that he had to rely on around him, and yet probably played his best football of his career, which is really saying something. So congratulations, Aaron Rodgers.
I don't hate the pick, Charlotte. I mean, Aaron Rodgers certainly was awesome. He's probably going to win MVP. I do think it's hilarious that the haters were saying his better years are behind him, and then the Packers drafted a quarterback in the first round and lit a fire under him. That is pretty funny. But I don't know. How do you feel about it?
I mean, I think it's great. I think that he will likely be the winner. I think that he quietly just put on an absolutely incredible show up there in Green Bay. But I'm surprised you seem a little skeptical. Like, who would your MVP have been?
Well, I mean, this is going to sound crazy, but I genuinely believe this. The MVP was not even one of the nominees for this. He's not even a football player. My pick for the NFL MVP this year is Joe Buck. And
I thought you might say that. I thought you might say that. Hold on, Mark. I've got a surprise for you.
Look, I'm nobody's MVP. Trust me. I'm aware that I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I get to work with John Smoltz in baseball. I get to work with Troy Aikman in football. 2 Hall of Famers who make my job a hell of a lot easier. So I'll accept the award begrudgingly. It's been a crazy year for everybody, and I'm just glad that we got through the 2020 football season. So thanks for the award. I'll take it, and I'll put it right on my shelf with my Athlete of the Year award I got back in 5th grade.
Well, there you go. He explained it right there. Why I'm giving him my MVP, Charlotte, is that the what I call Joe Buck season during the World Series and the NFL games going on. He's calling games every single night. It's a crazy year. Games are getting postponed and everything else. Every single time I turn on my television, Joe Buck was calling a game. I don't know how he does it. I genuinely have no idea.
Listen, maybe he should come on the podcast and tell us, Joe Buck, come on our podcast. Speaking of our podcast, it's the People Sports Podcast. You can get it wherever you listen to your shows. We hope you had fun tonight. We had a blast. Congrats to all the winners of the 2020 NFL on Fox Awards. We hope we can hang out with you guys again soon.
Unleash the beast! Man, there's a monster inside you! That monster got heat! You dedicated your whole life to be right here! Everybody count! Let's go! 1, 2, 3! 1, 2, 3!